Hi, guys. We're just going to wait a couple minutes while everyone joins us. Hi, Tara. All right, we're just going to give it. Hi, Kevin. We're just going to give it like 2 more minutes and then we'll get started.
How are you?
Good. Here in the office.
All right.
Okay. Just waiting 1 or 2 minutes. All right. All right, so it's 2:10. We gave it 10 minutes. We're going to get started. So we are going to talk about open houses. All right, so guys, so what is an open house? Basically, an open house is an opportunity for you to showcase a property to other agents, to direct buyers, and really to also get leads, right? Because a lot of the neighbors will come by. So when you have a property, even if you're a new agent who's offering to do an open house for a more experienced agent, it's a good way for you to not only showcase that property and hopefully find a buyer for that property, but also to get leads of other buyers that may be in the market that property may not work for. So we're gonna go through the steps of how you can get the most out of your open house, how to run a successful open house. It really doesn't take much cost to do an open house too. So like it's a really good way to get other leads. And so let's get started. Okay, so there's things that you want to do prior to the open house. Definitely you want to have the property listed on the MLS. You want to take really nice professional pictures, right? At this point to the open house, you already have that done. You want to choose a good time and date for the open house. Usually open houses are best on a Saturday or Sunday because people that are working, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, they can attend otherwise. So Saturdays and Sundays are going to be your best days to do these open houses. And usually you just need like 2 hours. If it's busy, you can do a third hour. You want to do from like 11 to 1 or 12 to 3. Those times would work great. So you want to make sure to promote that open house, the week prior. So you give it like a whole week. Let's say you start promoting it on Monday, Tuesday, and then you do it that Saturday or Sunday. You want to update the MLS to show that that open house is going to be happening at that time and day. And then you can also put it on your Instagram and just, promote, and then make sure that, you can create like a flyer. The flyers, you can do them on iCloud. You could just create a simple flyer with some pictures of the property and some of just the characteristics of the property, right? You want to say it's a 3-bedroom house with a pool, the purchase price, the square footage, and a very simple flyer of the property. You want to create that prior to the open house so that you can have it there for the buyers as they're walking in. And definitely make sure that your contact information is on there because they're going to meet you. And, if they do like the house, you want them to contact you, right? And if that house doesn't work for them, then they can always contact you to get another property. The flyers are really easily made on the iCloud. We have features for that. So, just print them out, even if you just do it on a regular sheet, that really costs, nothing to do, just your time. Make a nice flyer and print it out and have it for your open house. The next thing you want to do is you want to make sure that there is a for sale sign on the property. I order my signs with Jason at Planet Marketing. That's who we use, in-house. You guys can do them with anyone, but you want to make sure that you have that sign. The sign is really important because you're going to get the traffic that drives by that sees your for sale sign. And then prior to that open house, you also want to, it's an opportunity for you to do door knocking in that neighborhood without being salesy, right? So you're just door knocking to all the neighbors just to let them know, hey, this Saturday, we're going to be doing an open house at, your neighbor's house. Come by, we'll have some snacks there. Come see the property. Maybe they have like a family member that they also want them to live in the neighborhood. So it's a good way to door knock. It's a good way to give your flyer, give your business card, make those relationships with those people in the neighborhood, right? And it's a good way to put your name out there for that neighborhood, especially if you're going to be farming that area. Whenever you have a listing, it's really good to farm that area around, get your name out there, your signs out there with your picture and your phone number, right? Those flyers you sent out, your door knocking, and you're getting more people into that open house. The more people that show up, it creates more of a buzz. It creates more of a, more of more of a competitive, where they see that there's other people there, that it's like a happening open house, that this might be a hot property. Then they start putting in offers and hopefully, kind of like bidding because they're seeing so much action going on in your open house. So the door knocking is important. Your sign is important. If you can create a flyer and send it out and send direct mail flyers, that would be good as well. Usually when I have a property that I've just listed, I send out flyers that say just listed. I send out flyers for the open houses and I send them to the 500 nearest homes to that home. So you can do a flyer to invite all of the neighbors to the open house. If you are just doing an open house for like another agent, you may not have to do this, but I would suggest going a couple of days prior to your open house and doing the door knocking and creating that flyer, right? So that you have something to hand to them. What else? You can do a Facebook event. You can promote it on your social media. You can just promote that you're going to be doing a live. You can show the property live through Instagram just to create more of a buzz. People love tuning into lives, and then they'll send you direct messages asking you about the property. So it's just another free way to kind of blast this property and show it to people. I do my direct mail flyers with Jason from Planet Marketing as well. If you guys need his contact, I'll write it in the message box. All right. So prior to your open house, also just be prepared, know what other properties are active for sale in that neighborhood, so that if they come into this home and they need a 4th bedroom and this home is only a 3-bedroom, then you already know which other house in that neighborhood is available and has those 4 bedrooms that they may need. So know your market, know what's active, know what recently sold, because they're going to ask you questions and you want to be prepared. You can have the comps there at your open house, like to show them why it justifies the purchase price. And then you definitely want to know what other homes are active, so that if that home doesn't work for them, you're like, hey, tomorrow I'm available. Let me take you to this other house that I think you'll love. So definitely be prepared and know your market. Also get to know the neighborhood. You want to know where the schools are, where the parks are, anything that the city offers, like Miami Shores has their own police department. Know if there's fixed bridges, if it's on the water, know the nearby hospitals, know your market, right? So again, be prepared with not only the homes, but the neighborhood. It's important. It's going to make you sound like a well-prepared agent, and they're going to be like, you know what, this is the agent that I want to work with. So remember, the idea of doing these open houses is to create more leads, to get those leads. Buyers come in all the time without an agent representing them. So, take advantage of it. The other things, these are extra tips that you can do is you can coordinate with other active homes and try to do like a double open house. You know, reach out to other agents that are maybe selling a home near you and say, you know, drive traffic to my home, I'll drive traffic to yours, and you can work together. You know, there's enough business to go around, so it'll just create more traffic to your property as well. Also consider having your mortgage lender there with you. It's good because if these buyers are walking in and they don't have a pre-approval, your mortgage lender can be there to already get that process started for them. And then you're being resourceful as well. So you're providing value to them, you know, and you have the lender there who's also going to be very knowledgeable on the mortgage process. So it's always a good idea. The lenders are usually on board to come and join you at your open house. Most of the time they'll help you with the costs. Like if you are going to have, you know, bites or snacks or food or something, they usually help out with the cost as well. So consider having your mortgage lender there to help you. What else? Let's see. Okay, so the day of the actual open house. So prior to the open house, you put your sign up there, you have it on the MLS, it has the pictures, you announce that the open house was going to be that Saturday at 11 o'clock. These are the things that you did prior to actual day of the open house. So the day of the open house, make sure that your clients declutter their home, right? And that the home is clean and it's welcoming, and that, you know, the beds are made. Like sometimes, you know, if you have to get in there and make some beds, make some beds, just to make sure that the property looks good. Remember that you're not just selling a property to a buyer, you're also selling like a lifestyle to them, right? So you want to be prepared, look the part, and have the home look the part. You're selling a dream to them, right? This may be the biggest purchase that they're going to do in their lives. So, you know, that you can be prepared for it and have the home look nice and smell nice and all that. So definitely open all of the curtains, all of the blinds, bring in as much light as possible. It's going to make the home look bigger as well. So make sure that you're just prepping that house, and that you ask the sellers to leave. You don't want your sellers there. You don't want the owners there. They need to leave the property, you know, go to the park, like have them leave the property so that you are the one that's showing the home and that they're not there for it. Make sure that you're putting your directional signs. Definitely with those signs, you want to put it on a main intersection, like on a main road where there's a lot of traffic leading to where the house is. So I usually use about like 6 directional signs. I go to wherever the main traffic is and then point arrows to where the actual home is. And then in the front of the home, I have the flags that say lifestyle. I put some balloons, you know, whatever to show that this is the open house property. The flags, you can also get them from Jason at Planet Marketing, or you can have them made with any other company, but he does do my for sale signs, my flags, my directional signs. You can buy all of that with Jason at Planet Marketing. Again, I'm going to put his email address before we finish the training as part of the chat. So you got your directional signs all leading to the property. You got your flags up, you got balloons. For the actual open house, you don't have to spend too much or make it too fancy or anything like that. I feel like just having like some waters, you know, having your flyers, maybe a batch of cookies or something, just to have it present pretty and like nice. You can put that on the kitchen counter if it's a vacant home. And you know, just something that looks nice and that's inviting. I usually come in and I have like a box that I've put together for my open houses that has like a plant and like candles and, you know, like maybe some decor pillows or something to add a little life to the home and to add like a nice, pleasant smell. If you want to use incense or if you want to use, you know, candles or something like that, it always makes it very inviting, and it kind of just makes it feel like home. Some agents like will put cookies in the oven and make it smell like fresh baked cookies, where it reminds you of just like a homey feel. So you want to make them, you know, with scent, feel comfortable in that home, feel welcomed in that home. You know, just make it very inviting. Also, it's super important to have a sign-in sheet You can create one. You just put, the lifestyle logo on it, and you want to know their name, their phone number, their email, and if they're working with an agent or not. If they are working with an agent, that's okay. The agent can bring the buyer to purchase this property, right? But if they're not, then that's definitely who you want to follow up with. You want to reach out to them. If this house didn't work for them, then you want to provide them with other listings, and you want to get that lead and make them to be your client, right? So make sure that you have that sign-in sheet is extremely important. Have your business cards available as well. Remember that your business cards can be done at the Miami Lakes office. They do your headshots, and then Jason with Planet Marketing has different templates that we use for the cards. So having your business cards is extremely important as well. You can get creative as well with how you want to collect people's information. Sometimes I've done like a little raffle where you give away something simple. You give away a candle or a plant or an orchid or something, and you can collect all of their business cards as they're coming in, or their contact information, and then do a little raffle. People love contests and raffles, so they'll be willing to give you their information. It's just a way to get creative with it. All right, so yeah, so just a quick story on I got a listing, and I made sure that I did everything I was supposed to do. And I always tell this story because it's just one of the things that made me break through and get to this level in my career, right? So I had a listing, and first thing I did was put my sign out there, and I scheduled an open house. And within that open house, I did all the directional signs. I put a table out there. I put the waters, the sign-in sheet, my flyers, and I invited all of the neighbors and door knocked on every neighbor's doors. And from that one listing, I had a home 2 blocks down that they asked me to sell their home. So that was now 2 listings. The front door neighbor across the street, he also asked me to list his home. That's another listing. The house I was listing was 1.2. The one that was 2 blocks down was 1.2. The one that was across the street was 800. And then my friend who saw that I posted it on social media came by the house. That house didn't work for her, and she ended up buying another house with me, since I knew the market, since I was prepared and I knew what other homes were available. And she bought another 1.2 home with me from me advertising my listing on social media. And then lastly, the one that I sold this house for 800, I'm selling his mom's house for 1.5. So I did over 5 million in sales from one listing that I did everything that I'm telling you guys to do, whether it's putting your sign, doing your door knocking, setting up a nice open house, and just getting that exposure, inviting other neighbors. It's really what works, and it's a basically free way of getting other leads, getting your name known in that neighborhood, and farming that neighborhood, right? So, all right, so after the open house, make sure you pick up your directional signs and your flags. They're costly, so you want to make sure that you keep them for your next open house. And then you want to make sure that you are following up, with that sign-in sheet. Definitely reach out to those buyers, especially if they don't have an agent. And then also, if they do have an agent, reach out to them as well, just to get some feedback. What was it priced too high? Why isn't their buyer going for this home, so that you get feedback that you can give back to your seller as well. Let's see. All right, so yeah. So just to recap, especially for the new agents, it's a good way to do these open houses. Offer agents that have the listings. We have our listings advertised every week on the LIR cloud. So just check out what listings we have coming up. Offer those agents, reach out to those agents to see if you can do open houses for them. Usually those leads, discuss with that agent for their listing, how they want to do, if you do get leads from it, if they want to do a split, if they want to work it out together, if they're going to just give them to you. Normally when I have an open house and I have a new agent do my open houses and they get leads from it, I let them keep it. It's off because they're doing the open house. Now, if a buyer comes in with another agent on my listing, it's a little different, but if you do get leads for a direct buyer that has no agent, I definitely, let the agent take those leads. So make sure that you're reaching out to the agents that have those listings, and that, so that you can do open house, so that you get more exposure to buyers, and that you just get more seasoned, in real estate. But again, make sure that you are knowing the neighborhood, know the property, know what's active, know what's sold, and be prepared. But definitely take advantage of these open houses. It's really a good way to break through and make sure that you're getting the most exposure for your listings and that you're doing them. Like I said, you can definitely get leads from it. You can get your name out in a neighborhood, and you can, have an excuse to do door knocking in that area as well. So that's it. It's fairly simple. Do you guys have any questions? You guys can unmute. You can put it in the chat. I'm going to write Jason's email address on the chat. Get that to you guys. All right, so jason@planetmarket.com is the email address for those for sale signs, those flags, those directional signs. So reach out if you do need those signs so that you're prepared, and I keep them in my car and stuff. So just have them already ready, right? With the mindset that you're gonna get these listings and you're gonna be doing these open houses. Be prepared already and order them from now. Does anyone have any questions for me? Any input, anything that you'd like to add or ask? Feel free. All right. That'll conclude our training for how to do an open house. Thank you, guys. Bye.